him most.
German railway lines. Great fires were seen in the Bremen yards, where it is believed freight cars were loaded with ammunition and equipment for the Russian front. The Russian news agency TASS reports the capture of the steel backbone of every Brem is its railway system. Today in Canada, with over 40,000 miles of track, the railroads weld together her natural and industrial might, link her to the United States. Both nations joined against a common enemy. But in meeting the growing wartime demands, the railroads faced a crisis in manpower and rolling stock.
Hey, Joe! The boss said to ship those 30 army trucks right away. Not tonight.
431. Clear the tracks to Plainview 431.
You know how much freight we've got to ship. We're short of men. We've got to have more now.
Further wheat on track 10. 32 70-ton coal harbor to track 7.
I know, but my assembly is almost complete and I've got to have that shipment of parts. Before the war's over, too, please.
Keep your shirt on, Bob. We haven't got an empty boxcar from here to the coast. But we'll get it to you somehow.
We'll get it to you somehow, Sir John A. Macdonald said. 'Twas 1880, no railroad yet to British Columbia led. The Rocky Mountains pushed at the sky, a barrier vast and tall, and the folks of BC were far away from Confederation's call. In 82, Van Horn set out to push the railroad through. Against the fury of nature wild, he flung his dauntless crew. At well nigh 3 steep miles a day, they made the steel to flow, as all year round they battered hard through rock and rain and snow. Up Kicking Horse and Rogers Pass, the valiant band thrust on, until at last in 85 their job was truly done. Strathcona drove the Golden Spike at Craigellachie Station. Our distances were linked as one. Canada was a nation.
The railways conquer space to create a nation. This is the beginning. Nothing can keep them back. As the railways grow, so does Canada. Freight trains a mile long, tracks double, locomotives triple in size. Canadian Pacific, Grand Trunk Pacific, Canadian Northern, Intercolonial, Canadian National, names pioneering railroad history. Grain from the West, grain for the world. Salmon from BC to Montreal in 4 days by CP Express. Quebec asbestos and Ontario nickel by CN Fast Freight to Vancouver. Immigrants from England and Russia, from Scotland and Poland and Hungary. A population more than doubled. Cities reaching for the sky. Canada, united by a bond of steel.
Maple Leaf, Saskatchewan. Sure, it's small beside Montreal, but our town ships whole trainloads of the finest wheat in the world to England and even Russia. That gives a town size, that does. You know, it's a funny thing. The railway station seems to be the heart of every town. And no wonder. The railroad brings the word to us and us to the world. Guess it's the 2:14 now. Yep, she's on time. So are the kids. Do you think they'd be late? Just about the same as usual. She's unloading a bit of express, stuff for the drugstore, the mail and newspapers we're all waiting for. There's some airmen off on leave, and a neighbor going to Regina. All aboard? No matter how many trains you watch pull out. You'll never get over that sad feeling that part of your life's rushing away there into the distance. The train makes a fella dream of what's over the horizon.
Yes, track and train are in our blood. Everybody is a potential Casey Jones. Even if his Cannonball Express is a table model, his Continent only the living room carpet. Railways are fun.
It's early morning. The great engines, motionless and tired, purr and pant softly. You can smell the sharp bite of engine smoke. In the roundhouse, the hostlers are leading out that beauty, the 6403. Her night's sleep is over. The great turntable is waiting to swing the engine around to face a new direction. If we didn't have turntables, it would take miles of track to turn that one around. How easy she moves, and silently, and yet that engine weighs over 300 tons. Some of the engineers on the early runs are signing in. Joe Williams is on the passenger express to Chicago, and Sam Jones drives away freight. Stops at just about every station, dropping one boxcar and picking up two. Freight, you know, is the main business of the railway companies. They say if you want a big job, go wash an elephant. Well, the maintenance crews know all about that as they go over every inch of the big locos, getting them ready for the day's run. She goes to meet her road crew. At the yard office, the train crew get their orders for the run, while others check in after their jobs are through. They make sure they have the official time. In the railways, you can't be more than 20 seconds out. Upstairs in the bunkhouse, the crew that's laying over are taking it easy. The Railway Brotherhood is one of the oldest unions in America, with a reputation to be envied. A lot of the old-timers are back with us now, and we're proud of the fact that over 30,000 railway workers have joined up. We've got women filling in some of the new jobs now, too, and they sure brighten up the place. Where life and limb are risked, these railway workers go hopping off and on running trains like the average citizen climbs onto a streetcar. Experience learned the hard way. On their skill and integrity rests the safety of all the lives and valuable property entrusted to the country's railroads.
Like the sadness felt when hard times catch up with an old friend, Canadians saw the railroad struggle through the bleak 30s. Of the little cargo they carried, some was human freight, the unemployed looking for work. While next to the railway lines, the air was thick with the exhaust of transport trucks, and a whole generation grew up knowing as their only means of transportation the automobile. And it was the automobile possessions of the Canadian National and Canadian Pacific Railway systems gear themselves for all-out war. Allocation of rolling stock, shortening of routes, parlor cars to be converted to day coaches to handle 26 million more wartime passengers. With scarcity of materials and skilled men, rolling stock and engines now doing double duty must be overhauled and reconditioned. Engines pulling heavier loads wear out wheels and gears faster. But despite this wartime pressure in every department, the railway shops have the skill and machines to build heavy steel equipment, give over their resources to the building of tanks made famous on the Russian front, and guns proving themselves on land and sea. Other Canadian railway shops are turning out one locomotive each day for a sister ally. Canadian-built railway engines are pulling troop trains to the jungle front in India. New wartime problems, new solutions.
Sure, that's the spot to put up the plant. And there's swell plans, but you've forgotten one thing. How are we going to get the tugs to the water?
Well, man, that's simple.
We'll ship them by rail.
And so the plant goes up. The keels are laid. The tug is on its way to sea. Every viaduct and passageway has been measured. Is there enough clearance? She makes it. And so a locomotive helps a ship to the sea. As Canada's war effort leaps ahead, 150,000 railway workers, manning the country's largest wartime industry, open the throttle for the railway's longest and greatest haul in history. From forest, prairie, and factory, mountainous piles of Canada's products, sugar beet, trucks on wheels, trucks and threads, Vickers and Wolfer's guns, timber, raw and finished, engine parts, sides of beef, bags of bacon, industrial alcohol, dynamite, all moving forward on the tanker, flat cars, refrigerator and box cars of her railways. In this ability to marshal their strength for war, Canadians see the foundations of their country's tomorrow in a world at peace. Summer and winter, battling against the worst railroading conditions of any country, Canada's proud railroads are getting the goods and men through, feeding the lines across the sea.
And we will make the special train from Winnipeg through the coast. Well, this does it. The question now hangs on whether or not we can get sufficient equipment from the railways to get these men down to the port at sufficient time to make the convoy. Captain Black, will you contact the railways and get action on it?
But the best we can do is couple the 3 coaches of men onto the Trans-Canada Express at Montreal. Give it a gold-plated priority through to the seaboard. Okay. Now we'll have the men picked up at their camp.
It's up to the railroads now to get Company B through to the convoy.
Attention, everybody. The Trans-Canada Express will be 45 minutes late.
The railway station receives them all these waiting ones. They go to new jobs to get war contracts. They're going home. Against this living fresco is enacted daily the drama of a nation at war. The repatriates from the battlefronts. The homecoming sons and husbands. Down below on track 9, the men of Company B join the Trans-Canada Express.
Attention, everybody. Trans-Canada Express now leaving on track number 9.
Last-minute mail bags rushed on. The waiting train is ready with its waiting load. All aboard! There are 3 Trans-Canada trains that make the run from Montreal to the seaboard. Passengers come all the way from Vancouver. They pass through mountain ranges, cross flat prairie, wind down around Ontario lakes, hit 70 miles per hour to Montreal. Except for the attaching of Company B to this train, it is just like any other run.
No club car?
No, sir.
Day or night, sun or cloud, the railway's job is never done.
Night, cloud, sun. Railway job never done. Day, night, cloud, sun. Railway job, victory job. Railway job never done. Day, night, cloud, sun. Victory job never done. Railway job never done. Day, night, cloud, sun. Never done. Cloud, sun. Cloud, sun.
The convoy, the sea, the run is over. Soon the men will be on board ship, but the railroad's job goes on. More goods